Hey, beloveds. I was recently leading a trauma-sensitive yoga teacher training, and I started it with Lama Rod Owens' 7 Homecomings meditation. I highly recommend that 7 Homecomings meditation. He talks about the need for refuge, right? Like, what are our resources that we can bring with us? And I think about, what does it mean to bring safety inside of yourself, to settle inside of yourself? The world can be on fire. Quite literally, the world is often doing violent things, but it may be outside of our awareness, outside of our feed, outside of our personal circle of influence. And so thinking about now how it's harder to not notice the many people who are being harmed by policies happening in our government, by the ways in which people are acting out those policies, and the heartbreak and the rage and the sadness. And so thinking about, like, how do we identify those resources inside of ourselves? When I think of liberation, I think about finding safety inside of myself, a way in which I find equanimity, a sense of calm, which isn't denial, which isn't being in la la land, though there are moments when that is helpful. So one homecoming that I'll just spend some time talking about is ancestors and lineage. So thinking about who are your ancestors? The ones you know, the ones you don't know, and just assuming that they are rooting for you and they want the best for you. Even if that hasn't been your lived experience, even if it's hard to imagine. I kind of like to think of my mom, who is an ancestor. May she rest in power. And I'm thinking she's watching over me and my family and rooting for me and wanting the best for me. And I call upon that image, that vibe, almost daily. And I think about lineage, whatever lineages you come from, whether that is a faith tradition, whether that's yoga philosophy, whether that is, Black liberation movements, whatever that might be, and that those lineage live inside of you, and you are also working on becoming an ancestor, no matter your age. And that is really grounding for me, that I'm trying to be a good ancestor and regularly thinking about, what does that mean for me? And that you are also a lineage holder, right? And that you are also leaving behind something. What would you like to leave behind? So inviting you to perhaps make this a regular practice. Some people create an altar dedicated to the ancestors, and that ritualizing can be helpful. Or maybe it's carrying around a picture or a symbol of something. I have my mom's scarf that I hang on. I have a couple of versions of my mom's scarf that I hang in my office, that I hang next to my bed. And it's a reminder of something greater than myself, and that our ancestors and our elders have lived through intensity, waves of progress and waves of backlash. And that how can we resist? How can we settle? How can we be part of the revolution? And revolutions aren't quiet, they aren't comfortable. So take good care.